What is going on? I'm Zedmod. Of course, that is Zedmod over there in that creator boost. That works in every single Supercell game. We are not going to be doing Warships today, as you probably knew by the fact that the thumbnail and title were not about Warships, but wanted to jump in quick, talk about I'm at 123 keys, little bit nervous, not going to jump to 6 engine rooms quite yet because I can't clear them, I don't think, without Bombardiers. So I gotta decide, do I get Bombardiers and then go 6 engine rooms? Or do I hold for 6 engine rooms and then get critter launchers and troop damage? With just Seekers and Heavy Choppers, I don't think I stand a chance, so don't jump into 6 engine rooms quite yet unless you've got enough keys or stuff to do that. Now today we are going to be talking about Meloneers, about the big melons, about the bouncing giant melons and just how much the damage they do. Gonna start on this near maxed account, then we'll jump down to some lower level accounts, so do check those chapters because this video will work for every level who has Meloneers. I don't know if I call that low level or medium level or mid level, whatever you want to call it. First and foremost, for all of you out there, do be aware that melons do not do friendly damage. That is super duper important. So what we're going to do is we are going to drop all of our melons right about here. We're going to place them right in harm's way. And if they were to stand right there and all of the melons bounced all over their faces, no damage is done. We're going to throw some critters here as well, and just be aware that they're not going to damage the critters, they're not going to damage themselves, they are not going to clear mines. There is no friendly fire involved, so don't have to worry about if you're going to use them with heavies or with rifles or if you're going to throw critters. These guys are completely and utterly harmless, and any innuendos that might come out of my mouth are completely and utterly intended. Do be aware that I had a couple people ask me like, was the bouncing melons the key to world's happiness? Yes, that was fully intended, and no, it was not rehearsed. These things just come to mind. Every single one of my videos is done live, and I used to have notes for every video, but now we're at the point where I just don't have time for that. My life is completely underwater at all times. Working too much, parenting too much, biking too much. Let's just get in. First and foremost, these guys, you see I've got medics loaded. You don't want to use medics with those guys, not with when you mix them with Scorchers. Anyways, this is probably the best combo in my opinion. Not with Everspark though, with Kavan here. Simply because of the fact that we've got Scorchers. If we zoom out, as many of you or all of you know, we've got critters spawned, we've got Scorcher life leech. So for maxed accounts, you just rinse and repeat. You just drop these things, you get your Scorchers out front, you get all of your guys in behind, and then you just clear some mines. Really, that's all you need to focus on is clearing mines, making sure your Scorchers don't get shocked for too long, and then you should be fine. Like, we're going to use all our gunboat energy on that shock launcher back there, and our only goal right now is to make sure that our melons don't land on the mines. Our Meloneers don't walk on the lines. Our melons can land on the mines all they want. I am just pumping out critters, trying to keep all of the mines clear, and I'd be very surprised if we lost any troops. The only time you're going to lose a troop is if one of your melons walks over a boom mine, and bad things are going to happen if that's the case. So we'll just keep pumping out some riflemen on this left-hand side. Kavan isn't really doing much for our melons in the fact that he is too far forward. He's dealing with those Scorchers, so yes, Kavan is helpful, but anytime you mix in with Scorchers, he's going to go forwards and you're not going to get the best value out of him. So we are about to lose a Scorcher. We almost lost a troop. Otherwise, 0 losses, very easy. If you're a HQ 16, you can take down an HQ 25 with these things if you plan a little bit and if your statues are decent. Now, I wanted to show you someone who joined a task force before we go any further. Now, many of you know that I joined random task forces. I joined the Kraken's good group of people. New player joined behind me, Jackie Treehorn. I talked about statues just now. Check this out. They have 11 different masterpieces. They are an HQ 25 who I assume decided they didn't need to max their sculptor because they've got all the masterpieces they could ever need. Boom Beach loading screen says you can only have one of each masterpieces. Don't do that. Go get Guardians. Purple and red Guardians are better than any of the statues I'm about to touch for a max level player. So bad, Jackie Treehorn. Please, if you see this video somehow, some way, get rid of many masterpieces. That's one of those things where Boom Beach was trying to be helpful and it just shot many players, not just in the foot, but like blew their lower half of their body off. Now, moving on to the mid/lower level. This is my single sniper account. If you have any questions about anything you see in these videos, please do hit me up in the comments. I will respond. I know not everyone understands what's going on here. Looks like I have nothing but one sniper. There are some things hidden in those trees. I have a video on making tree bases. I have a single sniper video. I've got all of the things. Trust me on this one. So we are going to use all Bombardiers with one boat of medics. And the reason why we're using one boat of medics is because we're either going to use Everspark with her critter swarm to keep our troops alive, or we're just going to use Brick and just go full on shots to the face. So now you see I can't destroy NPCs because we don't have tribes because we're only HQ level 17, unfortunately. So let's just jump in. Watch this. We're going to scout this person. They're listed as an XP 39. Let's see where they're at now. 44. So you can tell that I have not cleared my map in a little minute. We're just going to try and walk through this base. Don't have critters, which I just showed you were super handy for clearing mines. So I know it would be better if these guys cleared mines, but let's be honest. If they cleared mines, you would not use any other troop. They would just be beyond overpowered, and it would just be too far. They would be jumping the shark or whatever the heck that expression is. So, can we get in and destroy all this stuff? Yes, like this person's base. If your base looks anything like this, don't do it. I have a video on that as well, how to get a good base. This is not how you get a good base. This person's base is just giving us free GBE, letting our melons bounce all over them, and you don't want to be doing that, folks. Don't give people an option, and maybe you do in your normal base, but right now we 1000% need to not have our bases set up so that people's melons are just bouncing over the top and crushing them. Bad things will happen, as you can see here. We are about to lose at least one of those melons to that left. I think I already lost one. Did we? Yeah, we lost one. Now, and again, one more quick detail. Max levels have more of these per boat. We're stuck with only 2, but 2 is plenty. And if you're using Bombardiers at all on your regular attacks, get rid of them. As we see that green medic that is pissed off so many people. I don't get that one at all. Please do explain though. These guys cost 0 gunboat energy. So if you're using regular Bombardiers, use these guys instead. A, they do more damage, B, they get splash, and C, they cost no GBE to use. So for those operation attacks where you're coming in trying to farm GBE, as I can't show you. By the way, this is in Junior 9. There is an elusive spot. I cannot remember the last time there was a spot available in Junior 9. A lot of Johns just left, so do consider jumping in there. Grab that spot if this task force appeals to you. Sorry, brain, totally. I am on my second coffee. I need about 12 coffees today. Now, this person's base is set up fairly well. Number 1, you can't land your troops without that rocket launcher firing. Number 2, you got to walk through. So I don't like their mine placement, to be completely honest, but this base is better than the last one, most definitely. Now, with these guys, it's standard. We're going to get rid of this rocket launcher back here. That has done 99% of our work for us. Now we're going to send a couple boats over here. You don't need to use every single boat that's available to you. Yes, we could have probably snuck in one more boat. We're going to hit that mine right there, but they've got enough health. They are not Zookas. Just get them moving. And now we're going to flare somewhere back in there. You remember when you started playing Boom Beach and you thought you couldn't walk through the trees? Yeah, me too. That's a little bit embarrassing when you set up your base so that people can't go through the trees because the trees are going to act as a barrier and then the trees don't act as a barrier. Maybe I'm the only one. Look at this though, just easy win. We're gonna drop some critters just in case there's some hidden mines. There can't be hidden mines though, because if there were, those trees would go transparent. And we have crushed this base. I know a lot of times you see people using smoke and it looks super difficult because you gotta do like the side flare and then you gotta move all your troops backwards and you gotta coordinate things. Just skip all that. Use 3 boats, use 4 boats, and down goes BRMS 47. I don't know what that stands for, if that means something. I can't stress this enough though. Using 4 or fewer boats, including the hero, means that you only have to use 1 smoke. It just makes things so easy. I know you're saying, but Zed, you're only at 133 victory points. This will work wherever. This person has more levels than us, they've got more defenses than us. We can just walk through and clear this base super simple. We're going to use a couple artillery over here. Always max your artillery first and your barrage second when it comes to your armory. I know you want to upgrade your troops, but your artillery will do so much more. We're just going to go something like this. Cleared all the mines. 1, 2, 3, Everspark. Could use a medic just in case, because we are going to hit that 1 mine. There is an advantage to hitting a mine at shore, because what it does is it gets your medics chasing. By doing a little bit of damage to your troops, you guarantee that your medics are going to get where you want them to go. And then finally, we can flare back to there. Going to use our last smoke. Could have also thrown that smoke a little bit late, which would have done a little bit of damage to our troops, got our medics chasing a little bit faster. Now, if we were using Bombardiers, this would be the end of all of our troops. Sorry, not Bombardiers. If we were using Grenadiers, that would have been the end of all of our troops. These guys don't do friendly fire though, so as a result, you can put them in these tiny little gaps. They're not going to kill one another. They're not going to kill your critters. They're just going to crush the bases. So do experiment with smoke. Just please make sure that you don't have level 1 smoke. Also know that if you're going up against critter launchers, it doesn't matter because your troops are not going to do friendly fire. Huge benefit. So yes, it would be great if they cleared mines, but if they did, they would also destroy your own troops when those critter launchers got triggered. So I think it's better off. Would love to hear from you guys though. I think this has been already an exhaustive guide of how to use these guys, how to crush bases with them. A lot of people get this phobia of smoke in their minds. Use fewer boats. It's that simple. You don't have to go side to side. You can just go straight line backwards and great things will happen. So we've shown you Everspark with these guys. I've shown you Kavan sort of with these guys at a higher level. We will try a couple more things here. Okay, last but not least, let's get into Dr. Terror. This is my unopposed mode. Again, if you have questions, hit me up. I will explain in great detail or send you a video that explains it if you're one of those people that prefers to watch as opposed to read. Let's get into Dr. T, see how many stages we can take down. Now, this account is an HQ 16. As you can see there, upgrading the headquarters to level 17. Didn't upgrade a lot for a little while there, but then finally realized I should probably get some upgrades rocking. My resource boat is almost empty as a result. Just a reminder, you can touch the boat now. There was all sorts of euphemisms about touching the boat there as well. Euphemisms, innuendos. It feels like I'm in like English 9 or something like that. Let's get all of the things down. Super simple with the low level. Getting battle orders to get the melons out faster. You can never get the melons out too fast. Getting those things flying all over the place. I'm gonna just back away while we're still G-rated on the video. Bouncing melons, getting them out quickly, yada. So we're gonna get all of this stuff. We're gonna try to speed through these. These early stages are a joke as always. As we get into the higher level stages though, we might have to mix a couple boats of heavies in. We might have to mix in some medics. I don't have any other heroes on this account because you don't get any other heroes on the unopposed mode, so little bit limited, but we could switch to Iron Will if we wanted to puke in our mouths a little bit. Also note that when you're doing Dr. T, it is generally worth it to boost. You're gonna get at least 1 powder if you beat stage 6, 1 powder if you beat stage 7, so boosting is a great idea. These things do outrange sniper towers, but sometimes they clump up, and if you're wondering why I haven't dropped brick yet, it's because I didn't want to draw the fire of those critter launchers. By holding back your hero or holding back your heavies, you can do all sorts of good stuff, just need to plan a little bit. And generally speaking, holding back your hero is a good idea. I know that sounds crazy, but dropping your boats not all at the same time. You know you're watching I'm going to generalize here. You know you're watching a beginner task force when everyone drops all their boats at once. Like that drop where it's just 8 flags or 9 flags all at the same time. You know you're looking at a task force with beginner players there. I'm just going to jump in. This is Kindergarten 9. I'm going to jump into a random attack here. Let's just start with, let's go with Kratos. Kratos had a solo. I'm going to assume, let's just see here. Actually, on this one, a flag drop might make the most sense because you can actually get your troops in. So I picked the wrong one. Yeah, see that? Getting into that smoke though. They're all up high. What I meant by those 8 flags are when you see people dropping like 1 flag here, 1 flag here, 1 flag here, and like they go like all the way across. Hopefully I explained that well. I tried to show you guys an attack where they didn't need to use all 8 flags, and then Kratos showed me that, yeah, that one they actually did need to, and it actually helped out. So we should be able to take this down. Let's just see how our barrage is going to do against that rocket launcher, because that's going to be the #1 issue. No problemo here. So we're going to do the same thing. Not even going to drop 4 boats because they might go in closer than I want. Then we're going to drop over here. Should be able to avoid the range of that shock launcher. Nope, not quite there. So we're going to have to come over into here. We're going to throw a shock back there. Don't have to worry too much about that shock launcher quite yet. And then getting in that corner next to that machine gun was not a great idea because, of course, the troops clump up, and that is exactly why our bombardiers were in range of that sniper tower. Your troops, even though they outrange something, doesn't mean they're always going to outrange that particular building. They're going to clump up, do stupid things, but as you can see here, our melons do outrange that mortar, no problemo. Now, just be aware that this month is silly. We get the Meloneers, which are probably the strongest troop in the game, and then after that, we get Rainmakers. So very good month for Boom Beach. Also for the Boom Beach developers, as they get the entire month off. One of the benefits of living in a Nordic country. So tempting. I don't know if I would ever, I can't conceive the idea of moving somewhere like that, but I am incredibly jealous. I've just got too many things holding me, like family and grandparents and all that sort of stuff. So let's get that shock out back there before we lose too many of these dudes. Let's get these guys firing as fast as we possibly can. Got the important details down. We can't get near that back rocket launcher, so we're going to use our melons to get the front rocket launchers, hopefully, and then we'll get our GBE to get rid of those back ones. So small details where you can get great results by simply planning your attack a little tiny bit. We're going to need a med kit here in a second. Also going to need those guys not to go near that critter launcher. We're in trouble here. And this is where those guys, the fact that we've lost them all. That was terrible. But, oh, we didn't lose them all. We could still pull this out somehow, some way. I don't foresee it happening, but you see how those melons, if we can pull this out, it's going to be ridiculous. We've got one dude left who has, I would guess, 1 hit points. Like, there's no line there. Like, if we zoom in as far as we can, there is no red in that drawing. And simply because of the ridiculous DPS these guys do, we may just be able to take this final core down. He's going to be chucking. We're going to be getting free gunboat energy. And watch the buildings around that core just get crushed. Now, quick note, I do have another comprehensive video on these that shows where that animation came from. If you are a low level, you can actually destroy a melon patch in the game, which is going to show you where that animation came from when you unlock this event. This event, right? No, it's not this one. It's Dr. T Tropical. This is Dr. T Volcano. When you unlock, look at this. We have one Meloneer taking down that entire core. And that core had what? 200,000 health, 300,000 health, just absolutely crushing that core all by his lonesome with 0 or 1 HP. So MVP. I wish we could somehow mark that guy. I don't know if you guys know that game where you play with the M&Ms that you smash them and keep the champion. That dude right there is definitely the champion of this attack. We have taken down stage 5 in a poor way. That was not well planned by me. But on this one, where does that shock launcher reach to? No, it's going to reach. We're going to need to go left. But where do we go? This is going to be a problem, folks. We're going to need to use smoke. This is where smoke is going to be super duper handy. And we're going to use a marking. By marking that sniper tower right there, we know exactly which building all of our troops are going to attack first. And then we just need to get that shock there and that shock there, trying to get rid of all the things. Brick is actually doing us a fairly significant solid here, simply by standing out front. Her job at the moment was to stand out front. By doing so, she saved us a bunch of gunboat energy. Yes, she didn't do a heck of a lot for us from the actual ability standpoint, but the fact is she managed to take some shots, keep most of our damage alive, and in doing so, we still have the slimmest chance of taking this down. We're going to have to walk through that boom cannon and that shock launcher, so need to hug that left-hand side as much as we can. And we're going to have to use a bunch of flares in the process, losing some troops in the process as well. And now it's just going to be touch and go as we are down to our final dude yet again. Not having troop health, setting me up. Actually, we've got 2 here. That's okay. We're in decent shape. Just need to get rid of that shock launcher, which we just did. And now we can keep hugging that left wall as we're down to one final dude. Is it the same guy? I don't know. I really hope so, but there's no way for us to tell, unfortunately. Thankfully, he's taken out that sniper tower first, so we should be able to get a flare to stay on the far left. As long as we get that flare out soon enough. This is just gross. I don't think we're going to make it, though. I think that flare, he's going to walk back into the range of that boom cannon, and he's about to take a shot to the face. I think nothing we can do about it. RIP. R.I.P. to me as... sorry, Janet. I think that's Janet. Brawl Stars. Let's have a look at this and see if there's any way we can take this down going like this. Remember how we talked about how bases should be designed better? This base is designed well. Dr. T is not the dummy he appears to be sometimes. We can shock all of this stuff with one. That's what we're going to try to do. I'm going to try my darndest. We're going to get that marked. We're going to get all of our troops underneath this smoke on this left-hand side. I'm going to hit that button right there, and then we're going to shock right there. Didn't get all the things in one because I'm a bit of a miss shocker, but that should be better off for us. Getting that thing shocked, I missed another shock. Not great on my part, but if we move over into here, Brick should be the one to get shot in the face for us, which she was. And now, I went too far left. Of course I went too far left. This is just turning into a debacle, for lack of a better word. But we've got a chance here. We've got some troops. Just need that left-hand side machine gun to go before our troops all die. It is now gone. Just an absolute gong show. We're gonna flare to there, and then as those melons all land, I'm gonna throw my next shock, and then just hope that that mortar doesn't land on all of our faces. I'm just gonna retreat on 3 times mode. Where is 3 times mode when retreating? that's my next question. What that is something we definitely need. I'm going to take this down. I am going to stop sucking. That is goal number 1. But first I need to see where this shock is going to be. Remember when I used to do this all the time? I think that shock needs to be right there. Nope, not quite right there. Let's try over there. Can we get all that stuff in one shock? That looks better. So need to go more central on that middle machine gun. Not sure why I was overcomplicating it. Right about there. Oops, too far back now. So definitely a little bit of a tough shock. We're going to get it this time though. And then I'll bid you adieu after we look at stage 7. The other thing, if you're wasting gold and diamonds like I am, the easy way to do this, of course, is just to click that button. I know that button isn't everyone's favorite, but it does good things. Saving your powder, wasting your resources, maybe not the best idea. So we're going to mark you, and then we're going to clear a bunch of mines back here before we do anything at all, picking up some free GBE in the process, as long as our gunboat captain doesn't suck, which he did. Let's get all of our troopies over into here. We will, of course, use battle orders, and then I'm going to get this shock right about there, just like we just talked about. And out comes all the things. Brick getting shot squarely in the face. Great value on all of those shocks. That is how we do it. Yes, we are boosted, but even if we weren't boosted, would have been able to get all sorts of good stuff out of this. One more shock as our troops get into the range of that darn boom cannon. Now, I'm going to let Brick go get shot in the face. That is going to be her next job, is to go get shot in the face. That's going to buy us a couple seconds with that boom cannon, and then we're going to get that next med kit out. And then as we get slightly closer, we're going to get over into this neighborhood, and we should be able to power. Look at that, we got an extra shock. That's going to make this super easy. So that boost of our statues did get us a little bit of that definitely got us an extra shock, which was super easy, but just shocking better. You don't have to boost to take this puppy down, but things always go a little bit better when you do boost, or when you plan for that matter. And now into 3 times mode. Melons bouncing at 3 times mode is silly. I've forgotten all about that button. Now we are on to stage 7 as an HQ16 player. That's pretty good. You should be able to take down all 7 stages today. This layout, again, not friendly though. Let's see how much health is on that. Oh, we got a shock there anyways, so this is going to be gross. This is going to be just full-on boom cannon to the face, flamethrower to the face, all of that stuff to the face, many things going to the face, and that is not looking super duper great for us. We'll just give it a shot, I suppose. We're going to get into here. We're going to have to get all of our troops into that bottom corner, and then it's just going to be full-on explosion in 3, 2, 1 now. Just all of the things blasting away. Brick is dead. You see, like, we just don't have much of a chance as a low level. Yes, we could probably take it down with Zukas. We'll try that, actually. As all our troops are dead, just doesn't work. When bases are too solidified, they spread a little bit. Not gonna work out for you. Let's try it with Zukas just for something to do. I don't think this is going to work either, but you guys have supported me for so long. I'm going to spend all of those diamonds, which is going to impact my Warship season on this account a little bit, but I don't care. Let's go. I want to get stage 7 as an HQ16. We can throw, where can we flare to? There is a little spot there we can flare to. Man, this is going to be so tight. It's going to be ridiculous. Okay, so there is our barrage to clear all of the mines. Probably should have used 2 artillery instead. Let's go back and do that. I don't know, for those of you who have been on this account, on this channel for a long time, you know that I used to do this all the time on my low level account. It has been a long time since I've done this. So we just picked up 3 for, I don't know if that was actually worth it. We're going to go back to barrage because we did use our artillery to get a little bit of extra gunboat energy. I don't know if it was worth it though. I think that was probably a dumb move. We are going to use 2 smokes. I know that looks ridiculous using 2 smokes for that few of troops. We've only got 4 boats. Don't know if we have enough damage to take this puppy down. We're going to give it our darndest effort though. 1 and 2 smokes into that kill zone. We do have 4 shocks. Can we take this puppy down? I don't know. We're going to go 1, 2. Do I need another shock? Probably did. We're just going to hold on though. Holding. Nope, we're not getting this puppy down. I'm going to end the video there. We ended on a non-melon front, which is okay. Sometimes life can't be all about the melons. You need to switch it up a little bit. Hopefully this helped you at a low level, at a mid level, at a high level. Would have loved to show you guys an operation attack, but I got greedy and did all of them on my own without y'all, so I have a problem with that. I try to save my warships or my operation hits, but I just genuinely enjoy playing the game, so I end up doing them on my own without you guys, which ruins all sorts of things. So do check those cards. Otherwise, do keep throwing code ZMOD in your shop. Liking, sharing, subscribing. Stick around, check out my sponsors. They have been supporting this channel for a long time. I'll talk to you soon. I'm ZMOD. Thanks for coming in. Peace.